Hey guys, it's Ricky. Welcome back to Getting Sticky with Ricky, and happy Valentine's Day for those of you that celebrate. We'll just leave it at that. Okay? Not gonna go any further. I think this video is probably gonna have the most steps and the most prep work. Well, let's just get started. I'm gonna show you. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a chocolate hazelnut crepe cake, which is basically a cake made out of crepes with a hazelnut buttercream filling and some chocolate ganache over top. You should make this for yourself, a loved one for Valentine's Day, or any other day that you're craving something like this. I don't even know. Great thing about this concept of this cake, this is the basic recipe. If you want to change the filling, if you don't want to make it hazelnut, if you want to do like a strawberry or a chocolate covered cherry, oh, that sounds really good. You can do that as well. So, first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get your oven preheated to 350 degrees. We'll be roasting our hazelnuts in the midst of while we're doing all this, waiting for stuff to chill, because we do have to let our crepe batter chill in the fridge for about an hour or overnight. We're only doing it an hour. Is make the crepe batter, all right? On my stove, I have 9 tablespoons of butter melting. What we gotta do is we actually have to brown that butter. To brown it, just throw the butter in the pan, cook it on medium-low heat until the butter starts to turn brown and you get a nutty smell from it. Once you achieve that, pull that right off the stove. While we're waiting for that, I'm gonna show you all the other ingredients that we're gonna be putting in our blender. Make sure my rolls are covered up. 6 whole eggs, 2 1/3 cup of whole milk, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. I don't know if you can see that because it's so minute. 1/2 cup of sugar, and 1.5 cups of flour. All these ingredients are gonna go right into the blender along with our butter. Let me check on my butter. Let's do the milk first, okay? 2 1/3 cup of whole milk. You have your 6 large eggs. You have your salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon. And now we're gonna put our sugar in, 1.5 cups of flour. I decided I'm gonna show you how brown butter. Wait, so make sure you watch your butter carefully, because from the time it takes to brown your butter to burning your butter happens instantly. So you want to scrape up all that goods. If you need to smell it, don't stick your nose into it. You'll burn your face off. Face slightly towards the pan, and then a waft with your hand like this. Waft. Almost there. All right. Butter is browned and smells nutty. Pull that bad boy off. When your oven has preheated, 1 1/3 cup of hazelnuts in the oven, 10 minutes. We're gonna toast these bad boys. We're gonna shake them up a couple times while they're heating. Take 6 tablespoons of your room temperature brown butter and pour it into your mix here. Make sure this is at room temperature before you put it in there. You don't wanna cook your eggs. Take your batter. Make sure it's all blended. So we're gonna saran wrap this, put this in the refrigerator for an hour. Next step, to start making the hazelnut cream. 1 cup of confectioner sugar or powdered sugar to a food processor. 1 cup of your toasted hazelnuts. 2 teaspoons of a hazelnut liqueur. Oops! Quarter of a teaspoon of salt. Now we're gonna start pulsating this all together until it makes almost like a paste. It's gonna be very loud, so I'm not gonna show you how to do this on camera because you're not gonna wanna hear this on the video. We are going to be continuing the hazelnut cream. Saucepan, medium heat. We're gonna add 3 1/3 cup of whole milk to the pan. That hazelnut paste that we just made, add that into it too. 7 tablespoons of sugar, medium-high heat, and we're gonna whisk this together. We're gonna keep an eye on this until it simmers. While this is warming up, in a separate bowl, you're gonna get yourself 5 egg yolks and 5 tablespoons of cornstarch. Make a little bit of a slurry with it. It's thick, real thick. Is when this heats up, we're gonna slowly add this into this to bring this at the temperature, then add this back into the pan. You'll see that we have brown butter back here. We're gonna need that shortly. Make sure you constantly whisk this. You don't want to scorch your milk. We just want this till it gets to a low simmer.
All right, so once we get a simmer, we're gonna give it a quick stir and then remove it from the heat so we don't burn the milk. Leave the burner here, don't turn the heat off because we're actually gonna be cooking this mixture again on the burner in just a moment. Now what we're going to do is take some of this hot milk mixture here and gradually add it into our egg mix. Oh, here we go, dripping on the stove. Hot freaking mess. So we're going to gradually add our milk, hazelnut, potassium, I guess we'll call it, mixture, whisking it gradually into the bowl. We don't want to scramble our eggs. That's why we're not going to add everything at once. We want to gradually bring this up to heat to match the temperature of the milk. Look, I found a better angle to show you this. Okay, so here we go, gradually whisking it little by little. Very important, you do not want to scramble your eggs while you're doing this. This is why we're doing this slowly. It is a pain in the ass, I apologize. But like I said, you don't want scrambled eggs when you're making this beautiful hazelnut buttercream. As we add more liquid to our egg, the cornstarch slurry, it becomes more liquidy. We're going to feel the side of the bowl here in just a second. Once it reaches the desired temperature that matches our milk mixture, we're going to add the egg back into the hazelnut milk. Once your egg mixture has reached the same temperature as the milk mixture that's in your pan, you're going to off the heat, gradually whisk in your hot egg mixture into the hot milk hazelnut mixture. You'll notice that the egg mixture is a little chunky. There was about 8 hazelnuts that were added because obviously we added the hot mixture, blah, blah, blah. Gradually do this until everything has been added. Then we're going to return this to the heat. Now, remember I said that we needed that brown butter? We're going to add 3 tablespoons of that brown butter into our mixture here before we add that back to the heat. Return your pan to the heat, medium setting, and just whisk this all together. Let this cook until it thickens up, stirring constantly so you don't burn your cream, and you want a nice, evenly thick sauce. Scrape all the goods. Yeah, get it, baby. Mm.
So we've had this boiling for about 2 minutes consistently. We're gonna take this, put it in a bowl, and chill it in a refrigerator or freezer for a few hours to get it cool so we can put it on our crepe cake. All right, time to make some crepes. Get that pan heated and melt some butter in it. We had our batter that's been in the refrigerator. It's definitely been more than an hour because of everything that has been going on. Get yourself some spatulas. I grabbed 2. I think I'm going to use this one because it's actually for crepes. But I don't know, we'll see. We're going to add 1/4 cup of our crepe filling to the pan. Just swirl that around, let it sit. And this is going to be the tedious project. This is going to take forever. While you're making your crepes, I have a cutting board with some wax paper. I'm going to set 2 crepes, cover it with wax, well, maybe 3, depending on how big they are. Cover that with wax paper. I don't want my crepes sticking together. Swirl that. The crepe is done when the edges start to get a little brown. You'll notice your crepe will start to lift up, okay? We take a crepe. Now, if you're fancy, let's try. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna see if I can flip this in here. Make sure it's kind of loose. Nah, I'm not gonna do that for my first one. Hell out of here. Okay. And just take your spatula and flip that over for about 30 seconds. Repeat the process. Now, if you you screw up some of your crepes on your first couple times, no problem. It happens. It happens to the best of us. This is what we're looking at. Little thick. Could have probably got away with a slightly larger pan. Let's flip that crepe over. That's the color. See that? That's what we want our crepe to look like. Okay? We'll try to flip this one. Oh, I got it. Yeah, girl. Sorta. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. That was good. That's a pretty one. I like the way that color looks. These are creping beautifully. Oh, hey. Once you get comfortable, try doing that. See how that works out for you. I still want to go to the gym. Once you get like me and have no feeling, you'll be able to do that by yourself. Damn, you see that? Oh, you whore. Yes, baby. Yes. You'll get the groove. You'll be able to do it. It's just a flick of the wrist. Be prepared to use a lot of butter for this recipe. I don't think I'm ever going to cook with butter again after... I think I'm taking a break from butter for the next couple of days after this. Time to assemble our crepe cake. All right, couple things. In this bowl, I have 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. In this little saute pan I have on the stove on medium-low heat, I have a 1/4 cup of heavy cream plus 2 tablespoons and 2 tablespoons of Frangelica liquor. All right, we're gonna get this hot and steamy, and once this is hot and steamy, we're gonna pour it over top of our chocolate, and hopefully that should melt this. We'll see. So while that's working, we're gonna work on our crepe cake. So, the last crepe I made was really thick. I used the rest of the batter because I wanted a thick base. We have our delicious hazelnut buttercream. Take a 1/4 cup. And we're just going to spread that evenly around the cake. As we increase the weight on top of this crepe, the bottom crepe, it's going to create pressure, which is going to make the buttercream or filling that we have squirt out the side. So I'm going to leave a good inch away from my edges. That way, I'm not going to have everything flowing out the side, okay? Repeat the process. Now, if you don't want to use a spatula, if you want to use something like this, actually, no, I'm not going to use that because I don't want to rip my crepes. And then we're just going to stack. I'm going to give it a good, press. This is going to be rustic looking AF. I want one flat, evenness. Or I'm going to attempt it. I don't know. We'll see. You know, you probably make a cake that looks like pancakes doing this. Idea for any of you artistic bakers out there? Unless you have already done that or thought about it or just think it's a stupid idea. I don't know. If you want, I think I got just enough. It's good. All right, there we go. We're still waiting on this chocolate ganache BS. Our milk is starting to get hot. It's actually steaming. Our milk and hazelnut liqueur. Let's add that hot milk to our chocolate chips. I'm sorry, this is heavy cream, not milk. And just keep stirring it until you get a nice, smooth, creamy ganache. We're just gonna, I don't know, I'm not fancy. I really feel like this would look better if somebody else did it, you know? Nah. 1 chocolate hazelnut crepe cake is I'm gonna put this bad boy in the fridge to let it get a little chill. But there's one more thing I want to do for this, and you're about to see.
Now in a small saute pan, you're adding 2 tablespoons of water and 2/3 cup of sugar.
Once this turns brown, we're a beige color, You'll see it. If this got all over you, it would burn your face off right now. Oh, we're getting that beige color change right now. I don't know if you can really see it on your camera, on YouTube. On the video, I don't know how well you can tell that this is turning beige, but it's now turned beige. So now take your hazelnuts. We're gonna put them in here, and we're gonna toss these bad boys around. Cook these little bastards. We're gonna candy them. You're gonna notice this is gonna turn like a nice copper color while you're roasting your hazelnuts. That's gonna happen, that's normal, okay? One by one. So they don't touch. Don't touch these. You'll probably burn your face off. You don't want them to be touching. Mine touch because, yeah, they just did. It's been a long day. Put them in the freezer.
Let them chill for a few minutes.
To finish this crepe cake up, take your hazelnuts, your candied hazelnuts that have been in the freezer or fridge. If they stuck together, give them a break apart. So there you have it. Crepe cake. Happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy, my friends. I know, it's really not that pretty. It's rustic AF. Deal with it. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all have the blessed one. Appreciate yous.